Hello guys, what is up? It is me, Rahul here, bringing you guys another video, and today we are back at a college football landscape. Today we're talking about the 2009 BCS National Championship game controversy review. Now, most of you wouldn't think this is a controversy, actually. Well, to me, it is, cause they actually messed it up due to the fact of not including an undefeated team in this. So, before we get started, please be sure to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thank you all so much for the support over the last couple of days. It really does mean a lot. And for one of my videos to on track to 1K subs, that really does mean a lot. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Now, let's go over this. So, obviously, there was the 2008 Big 12 season review video I did. That actually is relevant in this situation for the Oklahoma Sooners. Now, I'm not going to do a deep dive into it due to the fact that I already made a big video about it. So, I'm just going to go over the Florida Gators and the Oklahoma Sooners. And another team that you're seeing on screen. So, for the Florida Gators, they won against, their critical loss was Ole Miss. They lost 30-31, but right after that, they just cruised their way into the SEC championship game. It was number 1 versus number 2 ranked, number 1 Alabama versus number 2 Florida. They clashed. Florida ended up winning 31-20. Then they faced Oklahoma. Okay. Now, who was their NFL talent out of this team? Now, only 3 players ended up getting drafted in the 2009 draft. Percy Harvin, Louis Murphy, and Riley Cooper. There were many other players as well. I'll name them here: Tim Tebow, John Brantley, Jeff Demps, Chris Rainey, Cam Newton, Emmanuel Moody, Riley Cooper, Deontay Dobson, Percy Harvin, David Nelson, Phil Trotwine, Marquise Pouncey, Mike Pouncey, Maurice Hart, Marcus Gilbert, tight end I will not name, Louise Murphy. Did I? Yeah, okay. Now on defense, I talked about offense, now defense. Janoris Jenkins, Carlos Dunlap, Justin Trattou, Jermaine Cunningham, Joe Hayden. Yes, Joe Hayden. That played for the Cleveland Browns and also the Pittsburgh Steelers. Major right, Brandon Spikes. Yeah, the Brandon Spikes did play for the New England Patriots at one point. Ahmad Black, and then Will Hill. Now, this guy, you might be thinking, why are you talking about this dude? Well, he is famous for that one play that he recovered a potential game-winning field goal that was blocked by his teammate at the time, Brett Urban, as time expired, and returned it for a game-winning touchdown against the Cleveland Browns on August 27, 2015. He was named the AFC Special Teams Player of the Week in recognition of his successful performance. This was during his time at the Baltimore Ravens, by the way. So, yeah, this team was stacked with talent. Yes, that's what I'm saying that. I'm saying that right now. This team was stacked with talent. The 2008 Florida Gators. They were also coached by Urban Meyer. So that's a really big thing for them. So next up, we have the 2008 Oklahoma Sooners. Now, this season was a bit of a doozy, because as I went over for the 2008 Big 12 season review, Oklahoma, Texas, and Texas Tech, yes, that Texas Tech squad, were all tied for the number 1 spot to represent in the Big 12 Conference Championship to face Missouri. So they lost in the Red River Valley against number 5 ranked Texas, and they lost 35-45. Then they literally cruised their way. They even defeated Oklahoma State Cowboys in the Bedlam series 61-41. They were in the Big 12 championship game against number 19 ranked Missouri. Oklahoma this time was ranked number 4. Oklahoma won 62-21. They faced Florida. Yeah. So, what was their talent like? Well, this team had Phil Loadholt, Jaquin Iglesias, Nick Harris, Duke Robertson, Manuel Johnson, Lenty Holmes, John Cooper, Quentin Chaney, and Brandon Braxton. Now, the latter 4 were undrafted, but they did get signed to NFL teams. Yeah. Now, you see the Utah Utes. By the way, Oklahoma Sooners were coached by Bob Stoops. Yep. Now, the Utah Utes were coached by Kyle Whittingham. They, in my opinion, are the real national champions due to going undefeated, and that's how it works in my opinion. If you go undefeated, you deserve to be in the national championship or the college football playoff. So, they did win the Sugar Bowl against who? The Alabama Crimson Tide. So, which conference were they in? They were not part of the pack. And this was before the 2010 to 2014 realignment phase for the NCAA as a whole. Utah was a part of the Mountain West Conference, along with TCU and along with BYU. So, you know where this is going. They literally had to fight tooth and nail with literally the entire schedule. They had to fight tooth and nail. And yeah, first off, on August 30th, they fought against unranked Michigan. They were also unranked. They won 25-23. Then they faced next critical win was on September 20th against unranked Air Force. Utah was ranked 20th at this time. They won 30-23. Then on October 7th, they faced off against unranked Oregon State. They were ranked 15 at the time. Utah won 31-28. This is where it gets interesting. November 1st and November 6th, Utah was ranked 10th in both of these games. They faced against New Mexico and number 11th ranked TCU. They won 13-10 to 13-10. Then I had to mention this. Against number 16th ranked BYU on November 22nd, Utah was ranked 8th at this time. In the Holy War, Utah won 48-24. Now, keep in mind, the rules at the time were if you had 12 teams, you are allowed to host a conference championship divided between divisions or something like that. However, the Mountain West Conference didn't have that. In fact, for the 2008 season, they had Utah, TCU, BYU, Air Force, Colorado State, UNLV, New Mexico, Wyoming, San Diego State. So 9 teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 teams. So I could understand why I can't understand why they didn't get selected. And actually, 4 players got drafted into the NFL. Paul Kruger, Sean Smith, Bryce McCain, Freddie Brown, and let me tell you, that is a lot of that's like 4 talents from one team, but it did work out in the end. So, why would this be a controversy to anybody? Well, this is because, like I said before, I've stated this before, you need to put undefeated teams in certain scenarios. You need to put them in to show that you're doing well for the for college football. In college football, when the Bowl Alliance, the Bowl Coalition, and during this era, the BCS era, they have all messed up really badly due to the fact of, like, for the BCS era, they messed up badly on not picking certain teams that deserved it, putting at large bids, all that sorts. It just didn't look well, so here it is. Here it is. Okay. And another thing to point out is that during week 14 of the BCS standings, Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas, Florida, USC, Utah was there. I'm going to pick the top 6. Okay? Then Oklahoma jumped Alabama, Florida jumped Texas. Texas was number 3. Alabama was number 4. USC was number 5. And Utah was number 6. USC and Utah were declared champions automatically due to the fact that, like I said, the rules at the time in NCAA football, you needed 12 teams to work for a conference championship game. If you didn't have that, well, it sucks. You might look out or something. The exception is the teams that are independent. So, here's the thing. Where would I put Utah? Honestly, this is gonna be, now, the other thing is, I'm gonna mention all poll standings here. In the Harris Interactive poll, you have Florida at number 1, you have Oklahoma at number 2. In the coaches poll, you have Florida at number 1. This week, week 15, okay. Week 15. In week 15, you have Oklahoma at number 1, Florida at number 2. For the AP poll, you have Florida at number 1, you have Oklahoma at number 2. Utah is not in there. So Oklahoma, okay. Florida, wow. Oklahoma, Florida, yep, Florida, and Florida. I'm gonna excuse me, I'm gonna replace Oklahoma so we can have Florida versus Utah. Yeah, guys. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Y'all are legends in my book, as well as for me. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.